Today we're going to be seeing how Adam makes his own egg fried rice. We already saw Uncle Roger and Adam make a review of Chef Wong Gong making his, so let's see how Adam does today. If you are new to the channel, my name is James. I've been cooking for many years in many different places, and if you do happen to enjoy this video, be sure to give it a like and share. And now, let's get started.
Yangzhou fried rice is most traditional version of egg fried rice, and today we review MasterChef winner nephew Adam Liaw making it. Man bun, goatee, and expensive watch. Is he the Asian Joshua Weissman? And look at his kitchen. It whiter than hospital. Hiya, how he gonna do? Let's see.
Uncle Roger's right. He does kind of resemble Joshua, doesn't he? Let's see how he does.
So you're probably wondering why you've never heard of Yangzhou fried rice, if Yangzhou fried rice is the most famous fried rice in all of China. Well, if you're Chinese, you probably have, but if not, it's probably just called fried rice in your local...
Uncle Roger liked his voice. So soothing.
Funny enough, we have reviewed Yangzhou fried rice before. First with Chef Wong Gong, and then with Future Canoe remaking Chef Wong Gong's, and also with Adam and Uncle Roger reviewing Chef Wong Gong. So it was a good recipe. Let's see how Adam does with this today.
Is all a kind of a permutation of Yangzhou fried rice. Yangzhou is these things. Chinese cleavers, obviously.
Hiya, nephew Adam. Just one cleaver used for everything. You get two for what? And why your cleaver so big? It's not about the size, nephew Adam. It's how you use it. Hello, aunties.
That's usually what you say when you're lacking. Hi, Uncle Roger. What are we gonna do with you?
Important thing to know when you're making a good Yangzhou style fried rice is that all the ingredients have to be cut really well. It's kind of a way for the cook to show off their knife work.
This all correct so far, but why his kitchen so bright? It looked like he in heaven. Am I watching Bruce Almighty or something? What coming next? Spring Onion or Morgan Freeman? If the most colorful thing in the kitchen is you fucked up.
He's even wearing Uncle Roger's color, orange. But I do have to admit, his kitchen is a little bright, isn't it?
But you can use any different types of ingredients that you might like. I've got here some carrot,
good.
Spring onion, some garlic.
Good. No garlic. Yangzhou fried rice is Chinese style fried rice. No garlic. Garlic more for like Southeast Asian style fried rice. Like Indonesian style or Malaysian style, like what Uncle Roger make. Small mistake.
Uncle Roger mentioned this previously in one of the other reviews, and even maybe Chef Wong Gong when we actually reviewed his first video. I forget, but this is one of those recipes that, no, garlic they don't add. And I don't think they add soy sauce as well. This is another ingredient that they don't typically add. If I'm not mistaken, I may be.
This is bamboo shoot, peas.
Correct.
Now this is Chinese cured ham.
Chinese cured ham, good for you.
On a Chinese restaurant probably just uses regular leg ham or even Cantonese roast pork or even Chinese sausage, something like that, which is easier to get. But if you can get your hands on Chinese cured ham like this one, it's
this guy really talked a lot.
Beautiful ingredient.
Just say Chinese cured ham. He got whole story for one ingredient.
He is talking a lot, but it's a good thing that he's explaining, because sometimes people don't explain when they do something. Now the ham that Adam mentioned in the previous video, I think you could substitute with a good Spanish ham like jamón ibérico or jamón serrano. The Spanish love pork. Normally when you like buy a croissant or you buy any pastries or anything, they put manteca de cerdo, which is lard, in it. And it makes it taste good. It's just that for people that don't typically eat pork, you may want to double check when you come to Spain the ingredients.
Also some cooked chicken giblets.
Nice.
All of these ingredients, as you cut them up and you bite into them in the rice, it's about creating texture in the fried rice. Some prawns, some shiitake mushrooms.
Nice. Prawn nice, mushroom nice.
As well.
Egg, of course.
Of course, you have this.
Rice, important part. Let's see.
Cooked, cold.
My goodness, the bowl is so white that you can't even tell the difference between the rice or the bowl. Like, honestly, you can't tell where the rice begins and the bowl ends, or vice versa. Where's the rice? All I see is white. Now, to be very serious, me personally, I would never have a white kitchen, not to mean that it's not pretty. They're very pretty. It's just that when you cook a lot and you start to fry a lot, all those particulates will start to stick to the walls, and after a while it will be a very dull color and you'll have to clean it. So it's better to have a different color that doesn't show so much, or to go like a professional kitchen and just go stainless steel where you can just wipe it down.
Overnight in the fridge so that it's got a chunk.
Correct. Overnight leftover rice, not bad.
But this rice has actually been cooked in chicken stock. It's not just cooked in water. Of course,
Nice chicken stock for rice.
water. You might have to add a little extra flavor. They might add some chicken powder in when they're frying the rice, which is very, very common. Maybe a pinch of MSG or something like that.
No, not pinch of MSG. You want to use the whole fist. Niece and nephew, fisting okay if it comes to MSG.
Really? No sorry, children?
Sorry, children.
If you can, the traditional way of making that Yangzhou style fried rice is to cook the rice in chicken stock first.
We use leftover rice because we want rice to be a bit dry for egg fried rice. But his leftover rice still look a bit sticky. See? It's still sticking to his hand. Uncle Roger predict it might clump up a little bit later. Maybe tossing gonna be difficult. The rice for egg fried rice, you want it to be drier than my ex-wife.
The labor-intensive part. I've got to chop up all these ingredients into about ½ centimeter dice. In French cooking, you'd call that a macédoine.
Muscle what? Muscle what?
In French cooking, you'd call that a macédoine.
Don't use French cooking term. You're making Chinese-style egg fried rice. Don't show off your Le Cordon Bleu bullshit. Just say chop.
French culinary techniques are very common outside of the US to use, especially in the UK. So if you want to get the point across for this size as well, you can also say small dice. Or if you want really small, you can say Bernoise. This most people know. You know, to think about it, I did make a video a while ago on how to cut, like different size cuts and everything. I need to make another one, a little more detailed. I think that one was just a brief overview of things on how to use a knife, but if you guys want to check that video out, you're more than welcome to.
Prawns I can probably leave a little bit bigger.
And this music.
Form cubes is very important.
My goodness, it sounds like I'm at a spa with this music.
I mean, chopping good, but what is with this music? This look like music for charity video. I feel like any moment now, there's gonna be phone number coming up on screen telling you where to donate. For the price of $3 a month, you too can help this Australian chef get haircut. Make him look less homeless. Nice chopping technique.
And the important part of the dish, obviously, is for everything to be cut to the same size.
He correct. Yangzhou fried rice, every ingredient need to chop to same size. That's why you chop it to size of the pea. Because you cannot chop pea, so make everything the same size as pea, then everything same size. Uncle Roger, big brain.
You can actually cut peas. You can also peel them, which I've mentioned before, and trust me, it's not fun to be peeling peas, especially if you have to peel like a kilo. They're small. They don't weigh that much.
Nice.
Now you really do get a lot of flavour from this cured ham. Char siu, you know, the Cantonese roast pork, or even the lapchong, the Cantonese style sausages will give you a lot of flavour as well. But it's important to have
Still
some
chopping.
kind of ingredient that's going to provide a lot of depth and umami to the dish, because the seasoning.
How many minutes now? Come on.
There's no.
Fried rice need to be fast. Stop talking so much. That's not slow motion. That's the actual speed of his chopping. This guy's slower than Starbucks Wi-Fi.
Now, the easiest way to tell when somebody knows how to use a knife is when they start cutting and chopping things. You can tell when somebody's been in a very busy kitchen compared to when somebody's a little more relaxed. Not trying to be mean, it's just that you can really tell the difference.
It's important to have some kind of ingredient that's going to provide a lot of depth and umami to the dish, because the seasoning that goes into a fried rice is actually not very much at all. There's no heavy sauce, there's no even soy sauce. I'm just going to season this.
Okay, no soy sauce. No soy sauce actually okay for traditional Yangzhou fried rice. But like he say, make sure all your ingredients got good flavor. Otherwise your fried rice gonna be so bland, Jamie Oliver gonna serve it at his restaurant. Emotional, damn it!
Now, this is one of those things with many different types of cuisine, but especially for like, say, Italian cuisine or even Spanish, that it really matters the quality of your ingredients. So when you make a simple dish like carbonara, cacio e pepe, or anything like this, but the better the ingredients, the more flavorful the dish. A pizza margherita outside of Italy tastes like nothing. It tastes plain. A pizza margherita with actual DOP ingredients from Napoli tastes super delicious. And if you guys don't believe me, go to Napoli, order a pizza margherita. They're cheap anyway. They're like 5-6 euros, and see the difference.
The flavor of the ingredients is what gives the dish its flavor. All of these things combined together going to give us a nice kind of base. The rice is going to go in with some of the egg.
Show a shot of his hand for what? See, even the camera guy get bored. He start focusing on random shit.
And then the salt that seasons it gives you the taste of the dish. So maybe prosciutto if you wanted, or even just some ham or
Still chopping.
sausage. Eggs next. I just need to
Egg good.
close those up a little bit.
Nice cracking, but crack on flat surface. Nice chopstick whisk. Good.
To be honest, this is the very first video that I have seen of Adam. And so far he's doing a very good job, but we are more than halfway into the video already and we're still prepping the ingredients. So, as Uncle Roger's saying, he does like to take his time. The good thing about this though is that at least Adam is explaining the different ingredients and the different cuts.
And finish it off.
What? Good, good.
Now there's actually two different traditional methods of making Yangzhou fried rice. They're either called silver over gold or gold over silver.
Correct.
Silver's the rice and the gold are the eggs. In the silver over gold method, you fry the eggs first and then put the rice on top of the eggs. On the gold over silver, you fry the rice and then pour the eggs on top.
Correct. There are two methods, but niece and nephew, just use silver over gold.
Okay.
Cook the egg first. Gold over silver, more difficult. Don't do gold over silver. Uncle Roger got no faith in you. You're not Uncle Wang Gang. You're gonna fuck it up.
I need to write that down. I mean, I already knew that you could do either or, I just never knew that the names gold over silver, silver over gold. That's good to know. Then what is that technique of putting the egg in the center of the rice and then cooking that separately and then mixing it in?
The silver over gold method is much easier for home cooking.
See?
For gold over silver, when you're mixing raw eggs into rice, you really had to be tossing that over very high heat, otherwise you're just gonna end up with an omelette. For the other one, for the silver over gold, you fry the eggs first until the eggs break down, then the rice goes over the top. So let's get started. So as with all wok cooking, starts with a...
Oh, he finally start cooking. What? How long? 6.5 minutes in, he finally start cooking in this cooking video. This guy takes so long, he giving me more blue ball than Auntie Esther.
Seriously, again, that was another moment to have sorry children. Even though that a lot of home cooks may have difficulty making either gold over silver or silver over gold, I think the biggest thing that's important is having a good wok with a good burner, because if you don't have sufficient heat, like basically having a bloody jet engine in your kitchen, you can't get the same style of restaurant fried rice that you would like to get.
Wok very nice. The smoke coming out, good heat.
I'm gonna add more oil when I fry the rice and
Oil
eggs.
good.
For now, we just want a bit of oil.
Good amount.
Hold all of these other ingredients together. Aromatics first, so the garlic.
No garlic, no garlic. Remember, no garlic for Yangzhou fried rice. No spring onion, too early, nephew Adam. Okay, I know why you put spring onion in there now. Because the heat bring out spring onion flavor. That correct. But just put at end, or your rice ready. Just put spring onion at the side of wok. The spring onion fall down, touching the side of wok. That enough heat to bring out spring onion flavor. You put so early, it's gonna wilt.
Well, Jamie added it too like this, but it's not just that. When you add anything green to the beginning of the cooking process, by the time that you're done, you're gonna lose that green color. It's gonna turn yellow, brown even. So it's best to add anything green like herbs, anything like this at the end. However, you could do both. You could actually add the white bit of the spring onions now, because the white bit you can cook with, and then the green bit you can add later on for garnish.
The next thing I want to add in is the cured pork, because the fat will render into that oil and give us a lot of flavor that's going to carry around
correct.
the rest of the dish. Then my vegetables.
The chopping very good. See, very even. Good job, nephew Adam.
If you take a quick look at all these little ingredients, the majority of them are cut almost exactly to the same size. So Adam did a very good job. If you're going to be using a mandolin, make your first cut with that, so each and every slice is the same thickness. And then all you have to do is to cut little lines, so julienne, and then dice them. That way it's a lot easier to have a standard cut. Otherwise, when you cut anything, you know, you may be off a little bit and they may not be square.
And the prawns and chicken.
Prawn, chicken, good.
Peas at the end.
Okay.
And I'm just going to season
Nice tossing.
a bit of salt.
So, okay.
That looks pretty good, so I'll take that out and set that to one side.
See here? See here? This spring onion already wilting, starting to turn yellow. Hiya, what I tell you, it won't look good. Nobody want yellow spring onion. It look like it got jaundice.
This is what happens. I mean, even when you make like split pea soup, Split pea soup is supposed to be green. It's not supposed to be brown. When you look up split pea soup on the internet, the majority of recipes are brown recipes. It's a brown soup. One little trick that my dad used to do is to add frozen split peas at the very end. And there are other little tricks too, like with making broccoli soup or asparagus soup, you may want to add a little bit of spinach in just to give it a little more color.
Now, if your wok's looking a bit dirty at this point, you can brush it out under the sink, but actually
No need to clean it.
more oil going in than in with the eggs.
Egg good. Nice.
Whip
Good
those
oil.
around,
I don't think it's hot enough.
Good.
start to break up.
Nice stirring technique.
And as soon as they sort of get a little bit dry, that
Uncle Roger thinks that egg may be a bit overcooked. It a bit too dry. You want the egg a little bit wetter, then it coat the rice better. Give the rice good yellow color. Don't let your egg fried rice be whiter than Elon Musk on holiday.
The thing is, with Chef Wong Gong, he said that once the eggs are fragrant, that's when you know that they're ready. The other thing though is with Chef Wong Gong, with one of his recipes, he split the whites and the yolks. So he cooked the whites separately and the yolks as well until they became fragrant.
now the rice is going to start to absorb the oil. So that's why
Little
you
bit
need a
clumpy.
lump of oil in. Now this is why you want day-old rice. The technique
punching
is really
good.
use the back of your wok tool to push the rice against the wok. Break
Correct.
it up as it gets coated in the oil, and that's going to give us nice separate grains. Salt in, as that's pretty much our only seasoning here, and then the rest of our ingredients back in.
Nice, nice. Now start tossing.
Mind you, Adam is using a home gas burner, so this doesn't put out the BTUs needed to really like cook and make a good stir fry. If you compare this to one of the wok stations of any of the other chefs that we've seen, it's just a massive difference. I mean, you can tell it's like night and day.
And that is the
What?
technique.
You have to toss the rice, nephew Adam. Don't just use your spoon to scoop it. I think because his rice not dry enough, still a bit sticky, so he cannot toss. See what I tell you? That rice stickier than nephew Nigel's sock.
Honestly, bloody hell.
Sorry, children.
You know, pretty much every fried rice you've ever eaten. This is Yangzhou fried rice.
Let's see, let's see. The rice have no charring on there, no wok hay. And remember, no garlic for Yangzhou fried rice. And don't put your spring onion in so early. When this video come out, Uncle Roger gonna be in Jakarta. Because remember, Gordon Ramsay challenging Uncle Roger. He said he go to Indonesia more time than me. So now we're gonna fix that. So see you, Dennis and nephew. And remember to get ticket to all my show. Bye bye.
Who wants to see bloopers? Let's see bloopers.
And today we review. Uncle Roger can't talk. This word too hard. And today we review.
Well, I'm glad to see that I'm not the only one that makes mistakes when recording. If all of you knew how many mistakes that I have made with all of my videos, I could honestly make a few videos just on the bloopers of how much I've actually messed up. Then again, I've deleted a lot of those videos, so none of you ever see it. Adam did a very good job, and this was such a good video that this is one of those rare moments that Uncle Roger added more useful information than even I. Thank you for watching. If you haven't seen our review of Uncle Roger and Adam reviewing Chef Wong Gong making this egg fried rice, be sure to check it out here. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Until next time, take care.